Welcome back to the Beach Bum Bookworm. I am Tiffany. I'm so glad y'all found me again today. My channel's all about cozy mysteries and romance books. And today I'm here with my April wrap up of all the cozy mysteries I read. So I counted up 29 books. I don't remember how many of these are cozies. You will see them all right here. So there you go. And then what is not cozy are romance books. And I will probably do a wrap up for that too, just because there was quite a few this month and there was some good ones. So let's just go on these. This is the April Cozy Mystery Wrap Up in 3, 2, 1, go! First up, I read Dearly Deported. This is the third book in the Flower Shop Cozy Mystery series by Kate Collins. I love Kate Collins' writing. I also read her Goddess of Green Street, really enjoy it. Thank you, Melmac, for that suggestion. I gave this one 4.5 stars. I really loved it. I felt like this was a continuation from book 2. So book 2, we're meeting her cousin Jillian, who apparently is kind of the runaway bride. And now in book 3, she is finally going to do it. We think. We think she is finally going to make it down the aisle. So at the wedding, we get to the wedding, and at the wedding, our main character, Abby, is put in charge of watching the bride's 90-year-old grandmother, who is, she's sassy and full of shenanigans. So she needs a little eye on her. I like her. I like her style a lot. So during the ceremony, the other part of the issue is that for the wedding is that Abby is a bridesmaid. She was supposed to, her groomsman that she was supposed to walk with, something happened, I don't remember what, and he can no longer be in the wedding. And so she asks Marco. We love him. I know I'm not remembering his name right now, so it might not seem like it, but I love his character. So he kind of steps in and helps her out a little bit. I love him because he's like, got this like really rugged banter, and I think he is fantastic. I love his character. So he escorts Abby to the wedding, and so he's also trying to help her keep an eye on the grandma, but they're getting distracted with each other, and hence the grandma goes missing. They go looking for her, and they find her and a dead body. And that's kind of where the story takes off. I loved it. I thought it was really, really, really fun. Next up, I read Retirement Homes Are Murder. This is the first book in the Paul Jacobson Cozy Mystery series. This is by Mike Befeler. Hope I'm saying that name right. This is actually the first, as I mentioned, but I've read the third book and didn't realize I loved it. I thought the third book was fantastic, and I love this one too. I will say a couple things that you need to know about this series. So one, the male main character is quite self-deprecating. He is, I don't know what his official diagnosis is, but he has short-term memory loss. So when he goes to bed, he can't remember anything when he wakes up except for in the past. So he, has to keep notes by himself and constantly like reminders of who people are in his life, even people important to him. And he doesn't know it's happening. So then like he'll see someone and he'll have had a nap or he'll slept or something. And they're like, hey, and he's like, who are you? And they're like, oh, you've done some sleeping, to them, Paul, you need to go and read your journal. And they're trying to, and he is very self-deprecating about it, about aging and what's happening to him. I think it's very humorous because it's meant to be done in a humorous way, but there's some people that I understand aren't going to like it. And so I just want you to be aware that that's the kind of humor that's in this. But you can see how, in this case, him constantly losing his memory and his interactions with people could lead to a lot of problems, especially when you're constantly finding dead bodies. And in this case, he's just moved into the retirement home that his family has found for him. And he's like taking something out to the trash, and it's one of those trash compactors, and there's a dead body in it. And the police are trying to question him, and they're like, hey, You know this man, you had this interaction with him. Of course, Paul doesn't remember it. Well, the police think that he's lying, and you can see how that would lead to him constantly being a suspect. It's really done very witty. I really, really enjoy Paul's character and the writing. I think it's hilarious. Check it out. 4 cups of coffee is what I gave this one. Next up, I had a 6 cup of coffee. Holy moly. I loved this. I love this author, so I can't say enough. It is Ghosts Just Want to Have Fun. This is the second book in the Zengo Cozy Mystery series by Janna Rollins, who is AKA Paula Charles. And I love Paula. But I will tell you, in all honesty, this is a 6-star book, whether I knew Paula or not. Let me just say, y'all know how I feel about the fair. A fair comes to town, and there's going to be pig races, okay? So, oh my gosh. I love New Hampshire as a setting for a cozy. And I think it's the only New Hampshire cozy. There might be like a couple others. I'm not saying I know of every cozy. So clearly there might be a couple, but offhand, I don't know of any others. There might be one. So my point is, if you are doing the U.S. Cozy Mystery Road Trip Challenge, mark the Zen Goat series. Okay, so our main gal, Callie, she meets she finds her great aunt and uncle through like a DNA family ancestry type of situation. She didn't have a lot of contact with one side of her family because of like divorce and things that happened when she was a young kid that were out of her control. So now, after doing this family research, she has found her great aunt and uncle, who are amazing characters. They are so lovely, and they own a farm in New Hampshire. And Callie comes to them and starts a goat yoga studio. Now, Callie's intention eventually is to have yoga on the beach in, I think it's Costa Rica or Puerto Rico or somewhere really amazing. So that's her end goal. But for right now, the farm in New Hampshire. And in this one, again, there is the Lupine County Fair. And there is this, what is the name of this company? Because I thought the name of the company was so funny. Oh, Hasty Hogs Racing Pigs. And the owners are staying on the farm with Callie and her aunt and uncle. And they are doing these racing competitions, and the owner starts with the starting pistol. And when he does, there is something in the starting pistol that explodes and it kills him. And so Callie's trying to figure out what's going on. We get more of Tristan, which Tristan is Callie's cousin and a fantastic character. I love him so much. I do think that he is wishy-washy as a friend, but reading him, I enjoy his character. Like, he gets a boyfriend in this book, and so he kind of leaves Callie in the dust. So I don't know that he's the best friend, but he's really fun to read about, and his character is really humorous. I absolutely loved this so much. The county fair was so much fun. There were so many scenes that involved the fair, and that's what made it the 6-star read for me. They were on the Ferris wheel multiple times, and there was multiple talk about the food, and oh my gosh, you can't pass this one up. It was fantastic. Next up, I read A Sleigh Ride Together With You. This is the 7th book in the Year-Round Christmas series by Vicki Delany. This is one of my favorite series. This series, though, is very up and down for me, and I think it's because sometimes the characters' reactions to things rub me wrong. The main character in particular. Mary is, I don't know, very headstrong, which I love, but her reactions come across sometimes as very abrupt, and so it could come across as mean or rude. And I don't think that she means to be, but that's how it is perceived and definitely interpreted by me. So it makes the series very up and down for me, because although I love a good sassy, spunky character, I don't want mean or rude. So I gave this one 3 stars. The other reason I gave it 3 stars was because I just wasn't as interested in the plot. So in this one, we are having her best friend Vicki's wedding. She just got engaged to Mark, who is a chef. And they've inherited this house, or they're going to move into this house. I don't remember. I think they inherited it though. And there is another family member from the past that is, what is it called? Fighting the will. What is the word I'm looking for? Oh my goodness. Contesting the will. So that, because they don't think that Mark and Vicki should get the property. And during this, there's the preparations for the wedding. There's all sorts of other things going on. So it's very busy. And one night in the garden, they find a dead body, and Mark is standing over the body. Now, as we learn about the victim, we realize that everybody had a reason, or this person snuffed out. But alas, for the wedding to go on, Mary's got to figure out what's going on. I gave this 3.5 cups of coffee. I think I can't wait for the next one. Next up, I read Daisies for Innocence. This is the first book in the Enchanted Garden Cozy Mystery Series. This is by Bailey Cantrell. This was a recommendation from my bestie Sonia at Sonia with an I. If you have not checked out or subscribed to Sonia with an I, go. She is absolutely amazing. She reads the gamut. She has lots of cottagecore content, lots of vintage content. She's fabulous. Okay, she said, oh, you need to read this. And I was like, yes, I do, because I trust her. And she was not wrong. I gave this 4.5 cups of coffee. I really, really enjoyed it. Or, oh, it says here I gave it 4, but I think I gave it 4.5. Thinking about it and my feelings towards it now, I rate on my spirit, and my spirit is telling me a 4.5. Okay, so our main character, what is her name? I think it's pronounced Ileana, which I really like that name. Okay, so she owns Sense and Nonsense, and I love the name came across because her ex-spouse or her ex-boyfriend gave her a hard time and was like, this is silliness, it's nonsense. And so when she named her shop, she named it Sense and Nonsense. I like a good passive-aggressive lady sometimes. So we find out that one of her part-time employees at Sense and Nonsense is dating her ex, which Ellie has, I think she goes by Ellie for short. Ellie has no problem with. She does not want her ex. It is fine. However, this employee, Josie, ends up dead. And of course, everybody thinks because Josie had just told Ellie that, hey, I'm with your ex, that Ellie snapped and like went after her, which is just not true. But even the ex, who is just swarmy, like I can't even imagine these two fighting over him. We're like, well, clearly it was because, and so Ellie's gonna figure out what is going on. She's going to save the day. I really, really enjoyed this. I am definitely gonna be reading the next one. I gave this 4.5 cups of coffee. Next up, I read Rough and Crumble. This is the third book in the Raised and Glazed Cozy Mystery Series. This is by Emma Ainsley. I gave this 3.5 cups of coffee. This is really fun, but these books are so short that sometimes I feel like I can't connect before it's over. So this one takes place in Missouri, which is another, like, mark this as U.S. Cozy Road Trip possibility, because there's not many Missouri cozies. There are a few, but not very many. So if you like bakery cozies, this one's for you, because our main gal, Maggie, she owns the Dogwood Donuts. And so in this one, it is Christmas time. Y'all know I love a holiday cozy. And I read a lot of Christmas books this month for it being April. What can I say? Okay, so anyways, it is Christmas time, and this bus puts out this distress call, and this bus is filled with these elderly people on their way to some like trip. And they have collided or hit another vehicle, I think it was. So in the other vehicle, the person is deceased, and they realize they were deceased before the bus accident. It had nothing to do with them. So it was murder. And so Maggie's trying to figure out what's going on. I really, really enjoyed this. The seniors come to the shop, and they are exactly as you expect them to do, to be. Some of them are a handful. I thought it was hilarious. If I was At the shop, I would not think so. But reading about it, I really, really enjoyed it. I can't wait to read the next one. Like I said, these are very, very short. So by the time you kind of get into it, it's wrapping up. I think they're like 2.5, 3 hours on Audible or on audio. So very, very condensed books. But I definitely will continue the series. Next up, I had a 5-star read. It is the 4th book in the Coffee Lovers series, A Bean to Die For. This is by Tara Lush. Y'all, this series is fantastic. I absolutely can't recommend this series enough. So this features Lana, and Lana lives in Devil's Beach. I think it's called Devil's Beach. Yes. And I love all of those puns that come along with this series. So she owns a coffee shop called Purgatory. Love it. And in one of the books, we have an incident at a hot yoga studio, and I just can't get over the name because it was called Dante's Inferno. I just, that is stuck and burned in my head for a very long time. I think about, okay. So this series is so much fun. The dad in this series, so Lana's dad is like this hippie, and he's just always like, come on, man, enjoy life and listen to the music. And, I really, really, really love his character. So in this one was so fun. Lana wants to try her hand at growing coffee or coffee beans. Or does it say in my notes? It just, I just put growing her own coffee. So, okay. So she rents this garden plot, and there's all these rules for the community garden, which makes sense. And somebody violated one of them because they left a dead body at the community garden. Yeah. So Lana is trying to figure out what is going on. The body that was left was an environmentalist who was constantly kind of ragging on and causing issues with these different groups in Devil's Beach. So what I'm saying is a lot of people were like, oh, okay, Jack's gone, it's fine, sort of thing, which leads to a lot of suspects. It was so much fun as always. And like I said, I can't say enough about her dad. And I don't think I wrote down the name, but Lana's best friend in this series is becoming one of my favorite characters as far as like loyalty and just like, if Lana's going down, I'm going down with the ship. I love her so, so much. 5 cups of coffee. This was so fun. Next up, I read Caught on Camera. This is the first book in the Camera Club Cozy Mystery series by Kara Lacey. Loved it. I'm so glad that I got to it. I love this cover too. It is amazing. I gave this 4 cups of coffee. It takes place in Vermont. Y'all know that I love Vermont as a cozy place. I think more series should take place in Vermont. It is the epitome of cozy to me. I don't know. I've never been to Vermont, but when I think about cozy, that's what I picture. Just saying. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. So our main character, is it Bobby or Billy? Let me see. Bobby. Okay. So Bobby's husband has recently passed away, and she is moving to this little town in Vermont. I don't know that I have the name of the little town. A little town in Vermont. And she's starting this camera club. It's just something to meet people and kind of get started in building community in this new location for her. And her sister lives in this area. And she had saw this house, and she was like, the main character Bobby, and she's like, I want to live there. And so when it came available, her sister called, and like I said, she'd recently lost a spouse, and she didn't have as much holding her to her old location. Her children are grown, and so she is like, yes, I want this house, and she comes. And again, part of being starting to acclimate to the community, she starts this camera club. She's very into photography. Well, the very first outing that they're having is like to this covered bridge where they're going to take pictures. And one of the people in the camera club is clearly a nuisance to everybody. And, you get where I'm going. She has a fall, and she ends up dead. And so Bobby's trying to figure out what's going on because it was not a fall. I know, shocking, right? It was murder. I know you didn't see it coming, but it was murder. And I think she ended up actually dying by being strangled. I'm trying to think of the word. And our main character, Bobby's scarf is found on the victim. And Bobby had lost her scarf, so it was very innocent for Bobby, but it looks very bad. And the police don't necessarily think it was as innocent as Bobby knows it is, so she's trying to figure out what's going on. I really, really, really enjoyed this one. I can't wait for the next one. It was a great first to a new series. Next up, I read The Chow Maniac. This is the 11th book in the Noodle Shop Cozy Mystery series by Vivien Chien. Y'all know this is fast becoming one of my favorite series. I love this cover and this title. This one I gave 3 cups of coffee, but only because I just wasn't as interested in the plot of this one. So Lana teams up. Lana Lee is our main character, and her family owns Holy Noodle House. She works for them. She also is constantly sleuthing, and she has some of the side characters of this series are some of my favorites. Her boyfriend Adam is part of the police department. I love him. He's one of my favorite book boyfriends. I mean, not for me, but I mean like reading about. I really, really enjoy his character. And the Mahjong ladies. So the Mahjong ladies are a group of older women that come into Holy Noodles every single day, order the exact same thing, and kind of sit around and gossip about everybody. And I love them so much. And in I don't remember what number book it is, but the book that takes place in the salon, you get to learn more about the Mahjong ladies. So if you haven't got to that one yet, you're in for a treat. Well, in this one, we have met this private investigator. I think her name was Lydia. And she comes to Lana and asks her to team up with her. She offered her a job one other time. I just don't know that I love that kind of detour that we've taken. I like Lana investigating, obviously, but I don't know that I like the team up. It's just for me. Well, Lydia needs help with, there is this group of, it says an elite Asian order that is known as the 8 Immortals. And some of them are starting to be picked off. And so Lydia's like, I need your help in figure out what is going on. And that is where the story takes off. The plot just wasn't as interesting to me in this one because that's just not really my thing. Still love the series, love the characters in it, and can't wait for the next one. That was my last book of the month. Let me know what your favorite book of the month was. My favorite book of the month was Goats Just Want to Have Fun, the second book in the Zen Goat series by Janna Rollins. I can't say enough about it. And it reinstates my theory that we need a fair cozy mystery series, because how much would a county fair cozy mystery series, how fun would that be? It worked. It will work over and over again. Somebody do it. And you're welcome. I don't even need royalties. Just write it for me. I just want to read it. All right, everybody, give me a big thumbs up for this video. And until next time, may all your future reads be 5 stars. Bye, everybody.